Located off of Highway 2 in the beautiful Angeles National Forest is the canyoneering route known as SuperCloud Canyon. This route features 6 different rappels ranging all the way from 50 to 125 feet. This is an A to B type of canyon, so you need to bring at least 2 cars. That way you can leave one at the exit of the canyon and shuttle everybody up to the trailhead with the other one. Once you reach the top of the hike, you will come to this slippery hill that will drop you down to the beginning of the rappels. Sometimes there is webbing tied around one of the trees and you can rappel down this as well. You will be starting off with a nice and easy 60-foot rappel. Since this is the 4th canyon we've ever done and one of the first for Nora and Igor, this was a good one to start with. One cool thing about SuperCloud Canyon is that almost the entire time you have a nice picturesque view of Angeles Crest Highway. We could even hear some of the super tricked out cars that were taking a Sunday drive through the windy roads. You will find yourself at Rappel 2 almost immediately after finishing the first one, and coming in at 110 feet, it definitely takes things up a notch. I like this one because it's a little bit more technical and there's some boulders sticking out that you have to navigate around as you make your way down. This is the 2nd highest rappel of the day and is probably my favorite as well. The 3rd rappel of the day is way easier. It comes in at only around 55 feet and it's pretty straightforward. The only thing that you have to be careful of on this one is that there is a lot of loose rocks and dirt, so be careful and watch your steps so you don't kick them down on your belayer. Rappel number 4 is another fairly standard and quite simple 50-footer. The only challenge of this one is that when you are getting on the rope, you are a little bit close to the edge, so be sure to use a safety tether. Rappel number 5 seemed like it was going to be a short piece of cake, but ended up being one of the trickiest ones of the day. Once you reach the bottom of this big boulder, you run out of places to put your feet, and if you're not super experienced, it can be a little bit tricky. If you're lucky enough to have long legs, you can just skip it with style like my friend Igor here. The grand finale of SuperCloud Canyon's rappelling section, otherwise known as Rappel 6, comes in the form of a nice 125-foot rappel, which is the biggest of the day. On the day we went, there was a tiny trickle of water running down it. Not much, just enough to make it muddy, a little bit slippery, and get the rope wet. Luckily, being the awesome bunch of individuals that we had with us that day, no one seemed to be fazed by the tricky conditions. After the final rappel, you have about a half an hour walk back to the car that you left at the exit point. Be sure to stay alert on your way out. This part actually seemed almost as tricky as some of the rappels. There were plenty of rocks that were perfect for tripping over and leaves covering holes that swallowed us up a couple of times. Most of the way out is full-on scrambling with no marked trail. Luckily you can see the highway, so you know pretty much which direction to go. We would like to send a huge thank you out to 𝐿, aka the 𝐿𝐼𝐻, for sharing this awesome experience with us and for introducing us to all of your very cool friends. And now for a small disclaimer. Canyoneering can be dangerous. It's not something that you just go out and attempt by yourself. If you would like to try canyoneering for yourself, please take a course or at least go out with someone who is experienced. If you enjoy our adventures, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because that is the best thing you can do to support this channel. Check us out on Instagram at thatadventurelife_official, and for more awesome adventures, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.